So you've seen these people talk. They are all speaking English, but from different nationalities. I'd like to, first of all, introduce to you my crusade for this year and next year. I say, come on Singapore, let's all learn phonetics. Right, this will be my drive for next year. The idea is to speak standard English so that everybody, regardless of nationality, can understand what your message is. Now, what is standard English? Today, I'm using phonetics to tell you how standard English is supposed to be used. Okay, you will see the usefulness of phonetics from here. On top of this drive, come on Singapore, let's all learn phonetics. I also give myself a new name, Phonetics Joe. So spread the word. Come on Singapore, let's all learn phonetics. Go to Phonetics Joe and learn from him. Right, let me ask you, what are your personal challenges with speaking today?
Can't pronounce properly.
Okay, pronunciation. Anybody else?
Singlish.
Singlish, all right. Anybody else?
Intonation.
Intonation. Now, there is a correlation between these two, but we'll talk about that later. Anybody else? Your own challenges?
I can't roll my tongue. I can't roll my tongue. Like
Okay, rolling of tongue, I'll just put it as inverted comma, because not every word requires rolling of tongue. You'll see in the examples later. Right, anybody else? Accent. Accent, okay. One last one.
See, when you see a new word, a word,
Yes.
maybe not even a new word. You don't know how to
Something,
pronounce it.
okay, it's a new word. You don't know how to pronounce it, right?
It could be your own word, but then you're doing it wrong.
Okay. Let's say, okay. Is there a rule? I will answer this question too today. All right, so let's keep it with these. We have pronunciation. Also, as we're going on, I will tell you some of the words that we say wrongly. Like the word pronunciation is not pronunciation, it's pronun, N-U-N. Pronunciation, Singlish. Singlish is debatable. Some people say it's okay. But for me, you can only use Singlish if you have mastered English. If you haven't mastered English and you use Singlish, then I'm afraid Singlish will be the de facto language of yours, which you may come across like one of those people you see in the video. Intonation is also associated with pronunciation, because if you're face to face with someone, the problem is less, because the person could see your body language or even read your lips. But if you're on the phone, it's different. Or when you're in a big room, the person at the far end of the room may not hear the right word. He may hear you, but may not be the right word. So the intonation comes into play. Rolling of tongue. Now, you will see the Americans will like to roll tongue, the R's especially, whereas British don't roll the tongue or roll the R's in their words. Okay, I'll give you examples of that today, hopefully. Accent. Now, accents are usually found in different nationalities because of the way they are educated in English or how they translate from their mother tongue to English, and that causes an accent. Is there a rule? Unfortunately, I can say 85% of the time there is, but the 15% may trip you. So even though I can tell you the rules today, there will always be the 10 to 15% exceptions. And I can't cover that, not even in a week. So you have to pick it up as you go along. Your experience will make you a better speaker, right? So before I get on to the real lesson, just to make sure that everyone knows why speaking well is important, for your career, how many of you take part in conference calls in your workplace? Okay, a couple of you. And in these conference calls, are there different people, levels, nationalities? Are there? Okay. So what happens if you mishear something on the call? What happens? Sorry? Miscommunication leading to? Misunderstanding leading to? Mistake. That's it. There will be error because you heard wrongly, so you executed something wrongly, right? Secondly, if you don't understand what the presenter is saying, like if you don't understand what I'm saying, what do? Ask. And if you, after asking, still don't understand what the presenter is doing, what do? Clarify. You're very patient. Very auntie. I switch off. I switch off. So when I switch off, I don't learn. So why am I there? I'm wasting my time. So as a presenter, you must make sure that you communicate accurately, and of course the subject of vocabulary and grammar comes into play as well. Now, when your boss needs someone to deliver a die must win presentation to a customer, whom does he pick? An expert, someone who speaks well. So why can't that person be you? Because the more exposure you get, the better you learn. The better you learn, the better your prospects in the company as a career. So I'm giving you now compelling reasons why speaking well is important for you. Right. I'm going to go into the communication process. Now, communication is a very big thing. For me, it's about the thinking and the planning, because what you say and how you say are two different things. Unfortunately, the thinking and planning happens only in your head. In your head. And what comes out are in two forms. One is speaking and one is writing. And this is where the speaking and writing is where you show your boss your caliber, because it shows how you think and how you plan. Today, I'm only talking about speaking because it's about phonetics only. So let's talk about speaking. In speaking, these are the steps in order. Number one, you say each word correctly, which phonetics will help you. Number two, emphasize the key words. If you notice, and I'm asking you now to notice the way I speak, there are words that I will say louder than others. I always emphasize the key words, so you know that that's important for you. Number three, use pauses and body language. And number four, engage your audience, right? Because if your audience doesn't like you, chances are the audience will switch off, right? So communication is as easy as these four steps. But as you will find out, each step presents a challenge for some of you because of your different skill sets. I will attempt to clear number one and hopefully do a little bit of 2, 3, and 4.